Today's Gen Y student has grown up with social media. They have access to tools that can either support or ruin their lives with one click of a button. As a coach or athletic professional, it's your responsibility to ensure that these athletes have the education that they need to guide them in the right direction, both on and off the playing surface. Which is why social media education should not be about how to use Facebook. It's about educating the leaders of tomorrow about the impact that they can make using social media in a positive way to affect their lives and the lives of other people. You're probably familiar with the statistic that says that 99% of student athletes will go on to become a pro in something other than sports. With that in mind, how many of your student athletes can you honestly say are using social media in a positive way that will benefit them when the game ends for them? Now, I get it, when you think of social media, you probably think of all the negative stuff that's associated with it. And it's no wonder. It seems all we hear about on the news nowadays is the negative stuff that student athletes are posting online that may end up hurting their reputation. And of course, it's already hard enough to keep your athletes focused without the added distraction that social media can present. So I understand why you might wish that it just didn't exist at all. But the reality is, social media is here to stay. It's already a part of their daily lives. And it's not going anywhere. In fact, 53% of Gen Y students say they'd rather give up their sense of smell than their social media. It's crazy, I know. So in order for you to stay relevant in your job and connect with your athletes on their level, you need to educate yourself on the pros and cons of social media so that you can guide them down the right path as they start to use these tools in their own lives. As a former student athlete myself, I know what it's like for your student athletes and what they're going through right now as they're finishing up their college careers and moving on into their jobs in the real world. It's going to be a shock to them. It was to me. I didn't know what to do. I was completely lost. It really took me off guard. I was no longer a student athlete. It wasn't my reality anymore. I had to get up just like everybody else and go to my day job. And this was back in 2003, before Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Snapchat even existed. In fact, I didn't discover social media myself until I joined Twitter in November of 2008. That's when everything shifted for me. I realized social media wasn't just about sharing photos from my life and telling people what I had for lunch on Twitter. I could use these tools to connect with anyone I wanted to, and it really opened up a world to me that I didn't even know existed. You see, my passion is sports and teaching, and I've been fortunate to be able to combine those two passions over the years and connect with influential people in the sports industry that have helped guide me down the right path as I search and achieve my own dreams and goals. I built a personal brand online that reflected how I wanted to be seen by others, and it quickly became my reality. As the COO of SportsNetworker.com, I helped aspiring and current sports professionals land their dream job in the sports industry. And we built the largest sports industry network group on LinkedIn with hundreds of thousands of members. And I've been fortunate to educate thousands of student athletes, coaches, and sports professionals around North America about the opportunities and pitfalls of social media. It's my goal as a speaker to connect with my audience in a way that motivates them to think outside the box about what's possible. With student athletes, I get them thinking about what they're passionate about in life and how social media can help connect them to those passions. Because you see, 93% of job recruiters will review social profiles of candidates before making a hiring decision. So if they're not putting their best foot forward, somebody else is going to land that dream job ahead of them. My job is to make them aware that it's a privilege to be an athlete with your program. The relationships that they build today with their fellow classmates, professors, and alumni could be the advantage that they need to land that dream job ahead of their competition. For coaches, social media can be an amazing tool for your own career development, as well as a way for you to connect closer to your student athletes using a language that they already understand. In fact, there's a number of free tools that you can use to monitor student athletes to ensure that they're conducting themselves appropriately when online. And for sports professionals working within athletic departments, your goal is to ensure that everybody on your team is speaking the same language and representing your brand in a positive light. After all, one misguided tweet can have a lasting impression on your athletic program, and it's not always in a good way. Social media education for your staff ensures everybody understands the rules and regulations around engaging on social media as they represent your athletic program. My message is simple. Social media, when used properly, can be a tool to help connect like-minded people that want to show up as leaders in this world and make a difference. The impact and awareness it can create can transcend borders and support causes where one voice can help create massive positive change in the world. What motivates me is to play a small part in educating student athletes, coaches, and sports professionals on what's possible if they just understand the potential of using social media. The rest is completely out of my hands. As Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some people wish it to happen, and other people just go out and make it happen. I really look forward to inspiring and building the leaders of tomorrow with you.